All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Hat Creek Interior Studios. That's right, you don't have to own a ranch to live like it, to have the furnishings and look awesome and have an awesome Western style furniture motif. Is that a word? Hat Creek Interiors in Lubbock will take care of you there on South Slide Road 10101, the showroom. They ship anywhere. Go to their website, hatcreekinteriors.us. All right, we're glad you're with us tonight. It's a big Monday. Good, bad, and ugly Monday. We recap the weekend. Anything and everything you want to talk about from the weekend, sports or non sports, it's on the table. We don't stop there. Tonight, will America learn to love the Red Raiders? Much like the movie from the late 60s, How I Learned to Love the Bomb. Nobody gets the reference. That's okay. Will America love to learn the Red Raiders? In the olden days, I remember in the olden days of sports, the plucky upstart, the underdog. America loved them. But you look at some of the national media narrative, and it's like, how dare Texas Tech spend money like they're Ohio State or Michigan, like they're Texas or Alabama? How dare they? Get your thoughts on that tonight. Do you have new expectations for Tech football after what you saw against Utah Saturday? Did it change anything? Where were you before Saturday? Where are you now? Maybe it didn't change anything. And I'll go ahead and do it. Is there a quarterback controversy in Lubbock? Wheels Hammond, Baron Morton. I get it. Text messages from my friends during the game. Today, still, Baron Morton, man, he's gonna get hurt. You just got to. It's time to move on. Is there a quarterback controversy? And then if you want to get into the NFL, we got Cowboys, we got Chiefs, we got an amazing Sunday of NFL action where if you were dumb enough to wager on the games, hi there, you saw why the NFL is amazing. All right, let's do it in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans. All you good fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. Everything we do archived there. You join us tonight and you communicate with us via the United Supermarkets chat line, no matter where you are. They call Lubbock and West Texas home. They support Texas Tech. They put their names on things at Tech, and there's another supermarket chain that takes your money and sends it down to Austin. Glad to have United Supermarkets and Market Street with us here in Raiderland. Also brought to you by Ultra Exteriors. Anything you need to be ultra on the exterior, they can do. Roof, check. Window treatments, check. Siding. You want to build a pergola, outdoor kitchen area. But they also do stuff indoors as well. Bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels. They can do all that at Ultra Exteriors here in West Texas. Give my friend Warren a holler. Tell him we sent you. Now, they can handle the exteriors, and then our friends there at Fire and Ice. Once you get all that going, they got the smokers, they got the cookers, they got everything you need at Fire and Ice to take your grilling experiences and beyond. Beyond. Give it a look. Fire and Ice, if you're in Lubbock, go down to the east on Woodrow Road back towards the high school. There at Cooper, you're going to find them right there at Fire and Ice. All right, let's get it going tonight. New expectations for Texas Tech football. Did what you see this weekend change anything? The national narrative. Your thoughts on what you're seeing the national writers say about Tech. How did you like the coverage this weekend on the Fox Big Noon game? The Big Fox game. Now, we've told you that they're going to talk about the money spent by Tech, and that's fine. That's right. But don't put it in a bubble and say nobody else spent money. I think that's the problem a lot of Tech fans have right now, that all of a sudden it's only Texas Tech. And how dare they try to get into that club? Will America, 5 weeks from now, if Texas Tech is running the table, will they become America's team? They should, right? Every school that's not Ohio State or Texas should root for a Texas Tech, right? Because from here it's possible, as we say at Texas Tech. From here, you can do the same thing. Any school can do what Texas Tech is doing. I highly recommend having oil and gas money behind you. If you can't get it, that's your problem for buying into global warming and all that crap. Either. New expectations. And for Cowboy fans, is this year you quit being a Cowboy fan? You can blame it on CD Lamb getting hurt yesterday if you want to. CD Lamb doesn't play defense, right? Uh, is this year finally maybe one or two of you give up being on the Cowboys? I don't know. You tell me. Good, bad, and ugly recap. Anything and everything in between. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Let's get it started tonight. James, he's one of the OGs, and he gives us thumbs up. That's what we used to do on the days of Periscope. A decade ago or so, you give folks thumbs up on Periscope. We would say, give us thumbs up and let us know the audio is good, the video is good. Share it with your friends. Put it out there on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, on our YouTube channel, which we want 1,000 subscribers by the Houston game. That's a very short amount of time to get to 1,000 subscribers. I believe you can do it. The people on YouTube, you guys will play a huge role. Everybody who watches on YouTube, thumbs up, share, and like. Just like Jeff right there. Look at that man right there. That man, Jeff, commenting in on the United Supermarket chat line. What does he have to say? Well, he says nobody loves the Rubes crashing their party. We'll have to keep hearing how we bought our way in. They'll soon realize this is the new way, and they will all have to do it or be irrelevant. Well, the teams that the major powers are already doing it. They are. That's the deal. That's why Texas Tech, I think, is unfairly singled out. Ohio State was doing it. Texas is doing it. You think Arch Manning's playing for free? You know, Michigan, fill in the blank SEC teams that are good. I would say Pac-12, but we all know that that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, they're all doing it. Miami's doing it. ACC teams that are good, not Clemson, because you know Dabo. It's 2015. We don't want to do this. So it's not that they don't realize that this is the way to do it. They're doing it. It's that Texas Tech is the only team, the only program that the media is hyper focusing on and going, holy crap, look at this. This is a leveling of the playing field. We can't have it. At least some people say that. Maybe some people say. That's what bugs me, is how it's being proffered up in the media regarding Texas Tech. The others, you know, no need to talk about it. Do you have new expectations for Texas Tech after Saturday? Where were you before Saturday? Big 12 title game, win 9 or 10 games, have a chance. Did it change? Are you Big 12 title game or bust? And let's go ahead and do it. Let's get it out of the way. We got the open date. Is there a quarterback controversy in Texas Tech land between Will Hammond, Baron Morton? Because I'm telling you right now, your head coach, I don't believe he thinks there's a controversy at all. Joseph jumps in on Facebook. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook, free all the time. And we do all sorts of cool stuff on Facebook, which is why everybody should subscribe, share with your friends, and everything else. The only thing Tech needs to get a national following, a national rival, a.k.a. Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn is their rival. Alabama and Auburn, Alabama, Tennessee, and then Alabama and Alabama, Georgia is not really a rivalry. Georgia's been good lately, Joseph, but Alabama and Georgia, they're not rivals. Texas, OU, maybe the Big 12 will wake up sometime. All right, so how do you create a rivalry? You can't. You cannot create a rivalry. You can't just slap teams together and say, all right, we got 100 years of history and hate and everything else. This is going to be a rivalry. No. Texas Tech is not going to have a pure rival in the next 25 years. They're not. It's not going to happen. You're going to have teams that you want to beat at a given time that will be rivals, a.k.a. the NFL. But hold on, man. The Cowboys and the Redskins have been rivals for, no. The Cowboys have been rivals with teams that were good when they were good. When the Redskins were good, they were your rival. A lot of that time, you weren't good. It's really only a small amount of time. Cowboys Packers, rivals when they were both good. Cowboys Eagles, rivals. I'm using the Cowboys as Cowboys 49ers when you were both good. It mattered. Cowboys Cleveland. I know a lot of youngsters go, what? Yeah, Dallas and Cleveland, late 60s, early 70s, rivals. Huge games, huge playoff games. Cowboys Minnesota, 1970s. You see where I'm going with this? Texas Tech is going to have to embrace that over the next couple of decades because you don't have time to build an instant rivalry with anybody. You don't have a rivalry with Utah, Oklahoma State, who are playing on a regular basis. So what you have to do is embrace the idea of whoever is really good at a given moment is your rival. You got to beat them, you got to take them down, and you go from there. That's the reality. Now, if Joseph, some call me Tim. If we get rid of the NCAA and conferences, we can get back to regional alliances, and then you might be playing Texas and OU and A&M and teams like that on a regular basis, and that would be awesome. Jeff, thus, we are the rubes crashing the party, and they don't like we figured out how to join the party. It's all the other complaining that are going to find out. All right. Blue Bloods become Blue Bloods via Bagman. Now it's legal. Tech plays Blue Bloods media line. I think that's a haiku. I believe I just read a haiku. Welcome to the daily broadcast. We're with you tonight. Thanks to the good people at Ultra Exteriors in Lubbock. My man Warren Hudson. You know, my man Warren Taylor, said Hudson. HUD is the director of quality control. So HUD Taylor is the director of quality control. If you can't get a hold of Warren Taylor, you call HUD. You get a hold of Hudson. You say, "Hey Hudson, what the hell is going on? We need to make some things happen. I got a roof I got to get on. I got windows need to be treated. I got things need to happen." And Hudson, my man HUD, is going to go knock it out. Warren, you can make stuff happen. Fire and Ice. They have an amazing Facebook page and a website. Check it out. United Supermarkets on the chat line. And we're in the Hat Creek Interior Studios tonight, dedicated to delivering a superior customer experience to you. They deliver anywhere. If you love Western furniture, you know, I mean, like if you sit there and go, man, it'd be awesome to have a ranch house or a mountain lodge or something like that. But you're not in the mountains. You don't have that. But you know, you want to do your office like that, your living room, you and your wife are wanting. Hat Creek Interiors, hatcreek.us. They ship anywhere. Go online, and then go to their Facebook page and tell them thanks for being a part of Raiderland. I'll ask again, do you have new expectations of Tech football tonight after what you saw Saturday? Has it changed the level of expectation? Is it Big 12 title or bust? And then, is there a quarterback controversy? I've seen it since Saturday. Got to bench Barron and Morton, man. Got to go with Hammond. Where are you on that? You tell me tonight. And will America learn to love the Red Raiders? Should the Red Raiders, should Texas Tech be America's team by the end of October? You beat Houston. You beat Kansas. You get the idea. Should they be America's team? Why wouldn't America love Texas Tech? Texas Tech is American right now. Bootstraps. Paying our way forward. Not having anybody else help us out. Not waiting on the SEC or the Big Ten Conference to lift us up. That Texas Tech should be the pride of America. Texas Tech, all the small schools out there, all the big schools, everybody out there should be going, damn right, Texas Tech can do it, we can do it. All right, let's see what else we got. Why am I not bringing that up? There we go. The only quarterback controversy is with the fans and the talking heads. Jeff, am I a talking head? I mean, you can see more than my head. You can see the chest. Clearly, Joey is going to stick with his plan until he has to change, but I suspect we had some Hammond wrinkles in the offense. All right, good response. Joey McGuire, after the game, did everything he could to defuse, even before it started, any idea of a quarterback controversy. Talking about, hey, Baron Moore's right here with us, a little dinged up, but he's all right. He's good. He's good to go. I firmly believe, based on the comments we've seen so far, that if he is healthy, he plays, right? Now, the idea of working in a second quarterback is fascinating, interesting, and how do you do it? Does it make the offense better? How do you do that? How do you not disrupt continuity? I'm a firm believer in one team, one quarterback, one leader. And right now that guy is Baron Morton. And I get everybody who says, well, he gets hurt, or Hammond looks faster and he can do this and that. I get it. But there's a reason why Baron Morton is the starting quarterback based on the body of work, everything he's done in practice leading up to this. Hell, we were talking about him a week ago as a dark horse Heisman candidate, and now he gets knocked in the head and maybe a rib injury, and people are like, got to get him out. Can't roll with that. I get it. I understand fans. Everybody loves the backup quarterback. I understand that. But I also understand the dynamics of a team, and this team, I think, responds. And until proven otherwise, he is the leader of this team. I say no change. And I agree with Joey McGuire. No, you don't allow any daylight in there. He talked about what a great backup quarterback Hammond is Saturday after the game. There was a reason. James, Georgia Tech defense is good. Oh, gee, the good. Okay, good. Tech defense is good. Bad. Fox broadcast is weak. You, the crying of Utah fans, made me happy. Nobody likes the Utah fans. We threw them a life preserver and they acted like they, rescued us. Yeah, nobody likes the Utah fans. Are they the most unlikable fan base, social media out there for you Tech fans? Probably so. Meanwhile, back on the United Supermarkets chat line, we go to 1986, 85, 86. Had to be 85, 86. We used to chant Toman's name when B.J. Turnover was a quarterback. Backup, always MVP. My expectations haven't changed. Stand by 3 touchdowns better than the this conference. Let's host a playoff game. What if Lubbock hosts a playoff game? What burns down? You tell me. There is no controversy because history tells us that Morton will get hurt again. He's just not mobile enough. If he's not mobile enough, then why did they run him so many times in the first half on RPOs, on zone reads, and everything else? They exposed him to hits. Joseph, he's a good athlete, a good quarterback, a mobile quarterback. He is. He can extend a play, and when he's healthy, he's a really good quarterback. So I would disagree with that and say he's not mobile enough. Obviously, the Tech coaching staff thinks he is because that's how they ran him. That's how they played him the first half. I didn't like any of it. I didn't like any of that. I didn't like any play that he ran that didn't result in the ball going to Williams or Dickey or somebody else. Just me. What do I know? But we get to the idea of right there saying Morton will get hurt again. History tells us right now that Tech quarterbacks get hurt. Not just Morton, Tech quarterbacks get hurt. Which is why if I were a college football OC, I would do everything to limit the exposure of my quarterback. But we got to run RPOs, man. Everybody's doing explosive RPOs off the edge. We're going to pick hats. And we're going to do it. We got to run that zone read still, and we can do that. No, you don't. You really don't have to. if you've got a guy who can throw the freaking football with 65 to 70% accuracy, do nothing to jeopardize his health. Nothing at all. You've hired other people to run the freaking football. By the way, Dallas Cowboys, you hired other people to run the football. Don't put CeeDee Lamb. Anyways, so as we were watching that unfold in the first half, I'm like, against the best defense you're going to play, against the most aggressive physical, you're going to put a guy who has been hurt his entire career at some point, and you're going to do it. Don't do it. All right. We got about 5 or 7 more minutes left with you. Is there a quarterback controversy in Lubbock? What's your new expectation, if you have one, for Tech football? Will America learn to love the Red Raiders, or will they hate them? And what do you want? I should have asked this. Oh, tomorrow, Tuesday, open date topics. Do you want America to love Tech, or do you want America to hate Tech? Jeff gets back in on our YouTube channel. Ryan Heights Raiderland free. Everybody on YouTube, share, invite people in. I want 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And this is where we say the power of 5. Every night, 5 people go to our sponsor websites, particularly on Facebook. Easy to do. Ultra Exteriors in Lubbock, Fire and Ice, Hat Creek Interiors, United Supermarkets. If 5 people go in there and say, hey, thanks for supporting Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, tag us, do all that stuff, it's huge. It's how programs like this exist. So if you could do that for us tonight, it'd be awesome, and share it. Expectations are the same. Big 12 championship game. But we keep this up, and winning a playoff game is on the table. Hey, you keep this up, hosting a playoff game is on the table. Tom Double T Rex. Sounds like a dinosaur, but not. The big boys are not fans of Texas Tech. Heck, Tech ain't supposed to be able to pay ball players. Only we are supposed to be able to pay ball players. I think I said it right. I say, boy, what are you doing out there in Texas? Where is Texas Tech? You trying to get them money to play? Ah, goodness. I say, boy, no, I declare we can't do that. That's not acceptable. UConn LSU fans are equally blah. Blah? Meanwhile, Jan gets in late every night. Don't know what the problem is. Jan, 6:30 every night. No new expectations. Been a fan long enough to know to hold your breath every game. When we win, I'm happy. If we lose, I'm not happy. But I expect a win every game. I believe the coaches are paid well enough to make the decision on who's the best quarterback. That's above my pay scale. To which I always say, you love everything about Joey McGuire. You love everything about being undefeated. You love everything about the program. You love everything about going on. But then all of a sudden you say, but he's too stupid to know who should start at quarterback. Obviously, he can't figure out what I can figure out here at, whatever hot wing place or sports bar, that guy to be playing quarterback. Maybe you're right. Maybe the coaches are too dumb to know who to start. I'm not talking about you, Jan. And I'm not talking about a lot of fans here, but I'm talking about the ones who just are like, why is he not? Okay, you can't love 99% of what a coach does and then tell me he's stupid over here all of a sudden. Knows who to play here, but can't figure out the quarterback. Trust me, I've been that quarterback that people want to get rid of. Tech is about to be saddled with running quarterbacks for the next 10 years. Wait until then. Jeff, the only way to get good players to Lubbock is to pay them. And if that's the case, pay them more. I don't give a crap. The only way to get good players to Green Bay is to pay them. The only way to get good players to Lincoln, Nebraska. The only way to get good players to Auburn, Alabama. Those places ain't Honolulu. I think the majority of America likes new blood in the spotlight. They liked our men's basketball. Okay, so are they going to love tech football? Are you going to become the darling of the national spotlight? You know, Richard gets in on Facebook. Our conditioning was good enough that we wore them down at their altitude. Maybe substitutions. Depth played a little bit of role. Really, it didn't have to though. The possessions were so balanced that the defense was never on the field a long time. You didn't have to go too deep, and they were getting off at, 3 and out. That's how you get a rest. The offense played a good pace, not crazy. So you weren't sitting there having to sub, massive offensive line substitution or anything else. But what you saw is your ones absolutely were better conditioned and tougher than Utah. 100%. You didn't blow them out. You wore them out. You didn't so much blow out Utah. You wore them out. And Kyle Whittingham talked about it afterwards, how he was shocked how his offensive and defensive lines got abused. That is a compliment to Texas Tech strength and conditioning, not just depth. Jeff, I don't forget that Lubbock's at 32. Really, it's 3250, 3300. It's only 1,000 feet below Salt Lake City. They're down in a valley, so they're sitting there at around 4,200 feet. It's not like you're going to Denver or Laramie or places like that. Yeah, that's the elevation, not altitude, by the way. Did I say altitude? Elevation. I hate it when people get that confused. Who went to Oklahoma or Kansas, Alabama that didn't get paid? Yeah, probably a couple of people. Forgot about A&M. No, you go to A&M, Kyle, Texas. College Station. I mean, that is a garden freaking spot. I mean, you're only like 2 or 3 hours from something interesting, Why would anybody have to get paid to go there? That doesn't make sense. That would be crazy talk. Next thing you're going to tell me that multiple schools in the Southwest Conference, actually every single one of them but Rice, at some point was on probation in the 1980s and early 90s. I'm not buying that. That's crazy talk. All right, you guys are the best. We're going to shut it down just a little bit early. I'm going to be hanging with my friend Carl Johnson, Jig Jack Johnson, on Twitter Spaces here in just a little bit. We're going to be talking about sports, wagering, NFL, college football, everything else you can imagine. My man out of Biloxi, Mississippi. Carl, at Jig Jack Johnson on Twitter, doing a little Twitter Spaces thing. We'll have this on the website here in a little bit, theraiderland.com. Want you to hang out with us, though, as the evening goes along, and then get ready in the morning. Tuesday's best on the website, theraiderland.com. Y'all rock. Y'all are awesome. We'll see you on Twitter as the night goes on at theraiderland, at Ryan Hyatt Media. I got too many ats. Got too many ats? I got ats. See you tomorrow.